What up, photogs? My name is Chris Porter, and this is usuckphotography.com. But not for long. Alright, today we're going to be making eyes pop. Really simple technique, really quick. There are other techniques out there that are a lot more extensive. That they basically create pupils and eyeballs and different things. But this is a real simple technique if you got a client and you want to really kind of impress them. But so let's go ahead and get started. And this is what it's going to end up looking like after you do the little technique I'm going to show you. So I'm going to go ahead and take the effect off so you can see what it looks like before. I also had a couple other things going on with that layer so you can see how the eyes darken a little bit. And this is what the eyes pretty much look like before. So what I'm going to do, we'll go ahead and create a new layer right quick. I'm going to duplicate this layer, just a regular little layer I'm on right now. And we're going to take the dodge tool. And the first thing we're going to do is when you're dealing with someone with brown eyes, we want the eyes to pop a little bit more. So what we're going to do is give it a couple of swipes with the dodge tool right here, and you can see it's getting a little bit lighter. Now you may ask, what's the point of putting it on a whole separate layer? And I'm going to show you that point in a little bit. Notice how, like I said, just 2 or 3 swipes, the eyes are starting to really light up right there. They're starting to look nice. Real cool. And I even put a little bit more pop on the catch lights in her eyes, and that does a little something too for her. So as you can see, that one simple technique, dodging the brown of the eyes, that really makes it pop too. So we're gonna go above this layer, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a new layer, and I'm gonna click Control Shift N, and that's a new layer. And you can go ahead and name that, because a lot of people, they get confused on what they're doing. So we're going to make we'll call that reflect, because basically what this layer does, it creates almost a reflector effect. Because if you had a reflector holding it under her chin, it would create the same effect that I'm about to do. Alright, check this out. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take a really soft brush. What a soft brush means, that means that right here, how when you click on it, the brush bleeds on the outside. It doesn't have a hard stop at the edge. It kind of softens out like you have like a really soft brush. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot better explanation for that, but you'll see it when I do it. And on this particular brush, I normally my opacity on this opacity on this brush is 26%, and that's why I like it, because I don't want a hard hit on it. So I start right in the middle of her eyes. I give it 1 click, 2 clicks, 3 clicks, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that could have probably been done in like 2 clicks if I would have had the opacity higher, but I make it to where I have a little bit more control over it. At least that's what I like to do. Really cool effect on its own, just like that though, as you can see. And notice, like I said, it almost looks like headlights of a car. So that's a step that I do with that. And then what I do secondly is you can either take your eraser right here, or you can take your mask. And what I do is I put a mask over that, and we'll go ahead and do 100% on it. And I'm gonna make the brush, the hardness, 100% also. And at this point, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead, and you gotta put this mask on black. You can change that by clicking X. That's what I do. And then you click right above here, right above the circle you made, and already you can see where it starts creating a really cool effect. Now what I do like about this, instead of using the eraser, like if I use the eraser, I could do a Control Alt Z and take that off. But with using the mask, all you have to do is change this brush to white, and then you can bring it back. You can bring that back real easy in case you make a mistake. And then start all over again, change it back to black, and get right above it, still like that, and creating this nice little light right under her eye. Sweet. Alright. And I try to make both of them even size. So if you pull back a little bit, you can see it's still a really nice effect just like that. But of course it's a little overbearing. So what you want to do is you want to pull this layer back a little bit. And then when you pull it back, you want it to where you can barely see it, like that. And that gives it a nice effect. And let's say the layer underneath it, if it was a little bit too overbearing, you could also pull that brown back a little bit so it's not, you know, so much. But some people like it. So anyway, long story short, we got a really nice effect on those eyes with a little effort. Alright, hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to go to usuckitphotography.com and sign up. We're going to have a lot more cool tutorials coming out. Thanks.